It is 6 o'clock. We will call the September meeting of the Trousdale County Board of Education to order. At this time, would everybody please stand for the prayer, and then please remain standing for the Pledge of Allegiance. Would you please bow? Holy Father in heaven, we're so thankful, dear Lord, that you're our God. We're so thankful that you loved us so much that you sent us your Son, our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. Please, Father, forgive us of our sins. Bless us to be able to do thy will every day. Father, we ask that you continue to bless this Board of Education. Bless us as we make decisions that will affect the students, teachers, staff, parents, Trousdale County Schools. Bless us to do our best to make the best decision we possibly can. For it's in Christ's name we pray, dear Lord. Amen.
Amen.
I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
At this time on our agenda is our invitation for anybody in the audience that would like to publicly comment to the board. If so, would you please step up so I can write your name down? Okay. Now is the time that we'd like to invite anyone in our audience that would like to address any specific item on our agenda. If so, please come up, tell me which item, and I'll put your name beside it. When we get to that item, I'll call on you. Okay. Board members, do I have a motion for approval of tonight's agenda? Is there anything else that any board member would like to add to it?
I think we went over it pretty good, doesn't it?
I second the motion.
I didn't hear the motion.
You gotta make.
Oh,
We're gonna talk loud tonight. I second.
no, I just, Rachel made a motion to approve tonight's agenda. Deanna seconded. All in favor, please say aye. Aye. Any opposed, please say no. Does pass unanimously. Next on our agenda is the consent agenda. We did go over these really good on work session on Tuesday night, but please look over them. If there's any items that you feel needs to be discussed more, let me know the number and we will move it to new business. Everybody good?
I'll make a motion.
I have a motion by Mr. Atwood to approve tonight's consent agenda. Do I have a second? Second by Mr. Woodard. Any discussion? All in favor, please say aye. Aye. Any opposed, please say no. We have passed our consent agenda. Next is our school district highlights. I believe it's down here. Ms. Atwood.
I didn't expect you to call on me.
I'm just following what's written down here.
I didn't, you surprised me.
Well, you should know you'd always going to be a highlight.
Mr. Kerr, and what she has,
It says
I made
coordinated.
a copy of the article for the board members, yes.
That's your.
That one, okay.
Tonight I'm here to share some exciting news with you. Trousdale County schools, each one of the schools, I did an application for them for one of the awards in the National Healthy School Awards. And we were lucky enough, we applied for one thing, and all 3 schools achieved that status. It was supporting school health services is what we were recognized in. This is done by the Alliance for a Healthier Generation, is the one who does this, and it's open to all schools across the United States. There were only 11 schools in Tennessee that received this recognition. There were only actually 1,120 in the whole nation. So we are at the forefront as far as being healthiest in our supporting school health services. And the reason I did it this way, we could apply for it. There are 9 things. I want to share those with you so you know, because you'll probably be hearing more about them in the future. In addition to health services, implementing local school wellness policy, improving nutrition and food access, bolstering physical education and activity, enriching health education, strengthening social emotional learning, promoting tobacco-free schools, cultivating staff well-being, and increasing family and community engagement. So next year, my plan is to do an application in all 9. One school system in Tennessee, Tullahoma City Schools this year, achieved they're called an all-star district now as far as health, because they received that recognition for all 9 areas in every school in Tullahoma City Schools. So that's something, they're pretty comparable to us as far as size. And I think it's something, when I look at this list, I know even this year, we have done several things to increase how we would do in these areas, not because of the awards, but because that's kind of what we do. We pick some things and we work on it every year. So I wanted to share that with you and let you know that we have great principals, we have great nurses, and they work together well for us to have healthier schools.
I have a question.
Yes, sir.
Was you through?
Yes, sir.
I was just wondering about those things that we filled out and turned in. Did we do those well enough to get any
Did
money?
we pass our test?
That's right.
Okay. It took a while to get everything submitted the way we wanted, but I want you to know that the guy from the state who works on that, I actually saw him last week, and he said, the part about your school boards and what you submitted for that, he said, nobody did anything like that. He said, I showed it to my boss so she could see what was going on. So y'all did a great job.
Are we the only school board that did that?
No, but you're the only one that did it well.
That's what we do in
Say
Travis
that
County.
again.
I make those forms up.
Okay, I thought that was something that came
No.
for the,
No, I had to figure out a way for y'all to have something to
You
do.
might let them know what we did.
do what?
You might let them know what we did.
Okay, well, Kathy presented each board member with a form that now we know that she just made up for us. Yeah, and
She's
it
guiding
had
us a little bit.
different areas of wellness things that we were to complete, like exercising, eating. I can't remember them all now, it's been a while. Y'all remember any of the other headings?
Yoga or meditation,
Yeah, I didn't do no yoga.
drinking water.
We got to keep what we did.
I know.
Mr. Crew walks every morning.
I know Mr.
Yeah, it was
Cook.
pretty easy for me. I didn't even have to lie or anything. I actually was honest with it.
But yeah, y'all did a great job. And I also know, just because he told me, the way that we had to show that we were doing certain health things. And I shared a letter that Dr. Satterfield sent to his staff about what we were doing this year in health, and they were blown away by that too. They said the principal support for health education and PE was outstanding. So I'm hopeful that we're gonna win that $8,000. Only 49 school systems in Tennessee submitted for that award. So we already know we're one of, the top 49. Yeah.
And obviously, we did it well, so.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll be a little bit higher than that.
Yeah, I'm excited, so.
Well, that's great. I just wondered since,
A lot of it that you named off, is a big contributor to you in the backpack program. And I would like to really stress how big of a, appreciation I have for that. I mean, nobody really understands how much nutrition these kids miss when they go home. And as much as you push with the backpack program and the people that are in the backpack program, I would like to really say I thank you. And that contributes to a whole lot of this. And I hope everybody goes to the car show and supports them. But I'd really like to say thank you to y'all for it.
Thank you. The car show last year did not raise as much money as it had been doing. So we're real hopeful that this year, we're gonna have a big year.
Right.
And
Is
and
that the
it
only
doesn't rain.
fundraiser for it? Is that the only fundraiser? I know it's the main fundraiser.
That is the
Isn't it
main
only-
fundraiser. The rest of the money to support the backpack program generally, well, we have a grant through Second Harvest for some snacks and things. But it's from people, churches and community groups and individuals who donate to the backpack program. So, it really is a community thing.
I just wanna say thank you for it.
Thank you.
You do a great job.
Thank you.
Anybody got any questions for Ms. Atwood?
You may
Better
want-
get it, she's on the move.
Your head's acting.
Well, here's the thing, she will disappear in the crowd.
When I get to the back, you'll think I'm gone anyway.
Thank you, Ted.
Thank you.
Principals report. You're the first one I see.
Awesome.
Oh, no.
When you're late, you gotta sit up front.
She's
later than me. Real late.
She's
Couldn't even come
standing there
in.
alone in the back. All right, I'll be brief. I feel like this feels like COVID again. So this is, I'm not used to looking at people in here. Obviously, school year's gone very fast, really good start. We're 3.5 weeks from fall break. Passed our new grade report, so the school year's flying by. School attendances, our school enrollment staying around 397, so a little up, a little down from the start of the year. Average about 20 students out a day. We've had our first attendance hearing for about the first 4 weeks of school. So we're just trying to attack that early to make sure our kids are coming to school. Benchmarks, that's the sort of next big step as we get close to the 9 weeks ending. We started the writing portion of our benchmarks today. Everything else will start Monday, which will sort of coincide with Spirit Week, so it's a little crazy. But with the high school, we don't change our schedule or testing within our classes, so it doesn't affect our schedule very much. And we do not, Mr. Gelly will tell you different, but we do not test every kid. It's only ELC courses. We do writing and English for 3 and 4. Be a little bit different this year compared to the last 8 or 9 years. Our benchmarks are only 15%. So we've aligned that with state policy last year with ELCs to 15%. We dropped that from 20 or 25% over the last 7 or 8 years. So we're trying to mirror that, with our state testing schedule at the end of the year. Ms. Kathy just left, but another school coordinated health initiative.
No, she's in the back.
There she is, okay.
You sitting on that?
She might add some of this, but we had our annual Move to Stand program the last 2 days. We had about 60 high schoolers, about 45, 50 middle schoolers. It's an intense program built around culture and simply the way you treat others and to see others through a different eye that you might not look through every day. But it's a really good program. It's very intense. It's very real. I think Zoe can talk a little bit about it. She was in there for the last 2 days, but we always enjoy having that program here. This was a big discussion in our director interviews last week. So we did have a K-9 search September 18th at the high school. I assume with the other schools as well, at the middle school. We only hit on 2 vehicles, searched 2 vehicles and found 1 regular fake, which we addressed with law enforcement. I'm gonna hit a couple things and let Zoe hit the rest. We do have the Trustler County Band Invitational this Saturday, which is always a really big event. Bands will arrive at 10, it'll start at 12. 8 schools coming this year. And as you'll see, we're very small compared to some of Gallatin, Springfield, DeKalb, Watertown, Gornsville, Perry County, Joe Burns, and Livingston County. So it will be crazy on that side of town. I would avoid East Main. And because they do a lot of traveling across that road, and obviously with our event happening tomorrow night, the parking's a little crazy, bathrooms are a little crazy. Tomorrow night, the Grammy Award-winning marching band, TSU Aristocrats bands will be there. Should be a great region game with Smith County. Anytime we play Smith County, it's going to be a great crowd alone. But having one of the most greatest bands in college football at any level to come here.
Greatest.
Absolutely. We're excited about that. It's been a lot of logistics this last week, trying to navigate everything we got going on. But I talked to Dr. Green this morning, and I feel like we're ready to go. They're going to leave Nashville, actually talked to Mr. Cobb, there he is, we talked this yesterday, sent him an itinerary. They're coming on 4 charter buses. They're gonna be at the high school at 3:45. We're gonna have a little greeting for them. I think all of our non-football athletes, our cheerleaders, middle school cheerleaders, and student community are gonna be there to greet them. They're gonna be fed. There'll be 215 total members and personnel. We're gonna feed them. I think Miss Angie and some of our board employees, even Mr. Wilmore back there is gonna help. We're gonna feed them. Got 2 hours. Get them to the field. Get them ready. They're not gonna perform prior to the game on the field. They're actually gonna go directly into the bleachers and perform a couple songs before they do the national anthem. And then they're gonna do a halftime performance. Generally, it's 10 minutes. Dr. Green said they're going to have about 15 minutes to make it a really good show. So that should kick off around 8 o'clock-ish, but I'm fired up, excited. It'll be a great show.
That will be.
I gave you all a little history. I talked to Mr. Oliver this week. Miss April went by there and got just some articles about the Tobacco Bowl and TSU and their band coming. I believe they started in 1954. So I don't think a lot of people in the last 10, 15 years might realize their connection to our community, but this was a really big deal in the state of Tennessee all the way back to the 50s. So I'm excited. I think there's going to be a lot of people that hadn't been to a game the last couple of years. Our phone's been blowing up from people from Gallatin, Lebanon. So there's a reason they're coming. So hopefully it'll be a great environment for a great region game. Questions for me?
I don't really have a question, but I got a feeling we've got a lot of people probably watching online. Is there anything ticket-wise or logistic-wise you would want to tell people for tomorrow night that they might not already know?
There is no limit for tickets. We're actually running 2 concession stands just to make sure we can accommodate the crowd. If they go to TrosdaleCountyAthletics.com, they can purchase tickets through GoFan. Download that GoFan app. You know, pretty much anybody can buy diesel tickets now for most of our
Cash at
games.
the gate or?
Cash at the gate at all 3 gates. And if you just bring a card and you don't want to go through GoFan, you can go to the front gate and we take card as well. It will be, it took me a year, but last week I finally got those NFHS cameras back working. So the game will actually be viewed anywhere in the country now. So it should be rocking, ready to go. It worked last week. We had to fine tune some things this week, but cameras back going. So anybody wants at home wants to view it, they're welcome to as well.
I know you say GoFan and cash. The last time Mr. Kerr played there, they traded Indian money. Is that still okay? Or?
Front gate only. There's a little side window. Coach Johnson knows that. There's a little side window. We do trades right there.
Well, since we're talking about how bad of a fossil I am, and it's true, I am, but when I was in school, and some of the older people here, I know when Gibbs was here and Toby, that was a big deal. I mean, we got out of school for the Tobacco Bowl. And back then, TSU had a drill team that came with them, those of you that remember that. And when they marched off that hill up there, it was one of the most awesome sights I've ever seen.
Well, I think going forward, that would be able to, once they are doing the, the reevaluation of the board school, we get our complex done. I think that's what Dad and I talked about. That's what we'd like. If we do it again, that's what we'd like to do it, just straight up original.
But
Have it come through town. It's just really hard right now with everything we got going on.
Right, but it's, if you've never seen that band, it's worth the price of admission just to see them. They're awesome. They're awesome.
Hopefully.
And now I know I can watch the game tomorrow night from my hotel room in Fayetteville, Arkansas,
Oh, you gonna? Yeah, I forgot.
as I go up hopefully for a barbecue on Saturday.
There you go.
And somebody be barbecued. It may be a leprechaun, but somebody's gonna be barbecued.
Any other questions?
Thanks, sir.
Thank you.
Mr. Gully?
Well, good evening all. I guess just going to get started here. As Mr. McCall said there earlier, we've had in middle school, we've had a really good start. We're 9 weeks in next Thursday, I believe. We're a week from 9 weeks over. So we're pretty well into school. We've had really good, our numbers are up, I guess, a little bit, you'd say, this year. We're hovering in the mid 330s, 336. I think we ended the year last year at 321 or 322. So we're up a little. got some larger classes. We've been able to manage our schedule a little bit to keep those, keep our hallways a little clearer. I've got 8th grade has a totally different schedule from the rest of the building, so it keeps the middle of the building free, opens up some restrooms, things of that nature. We had to try to think of ways to make that work. Also keep our 6th graders away from older folks as well. You know, just keep those little ones protected. It's a major difference between a 6th grader and an 8th grader if you've ever been in middle school. Major difference. Our Miss Kathy mentioned some of our health initiatives. You know, we've been able to make sure that our middle school has 90+ minutes a week for every child in PE. We'll make sure that continues. We'll even continue it through benchmark. You know, we've got an opportunity there to continue those pieces, get our kids some fun time. That's an opportunity to enjoy. Got Coach Hackett in there, and they're definitely having some fun. Some of those days, I know this week's been competitive, playing a little bit of ultimate frisbee. They definitely had some fun with ultimate frisbee this week. I've definitely noticed you hear the noise get up a little bit when they get competitive in there. Attendance, our student attendance has been really well this year. Mr. McCall mentioned he had a attendance hearing. I had one this year as well. I've got one scheduled coming up next week, I believe. But we've really had good attendance. It's a small number of people, and we're just trying to stay on top of those things to keep help out to make sure they realize, hey, we need to be at school. We're going to throw some initiatives as well next Friday into our plan for the 9 weeks for being there that you've been present, and you've also been present during benchmarks, ready to work, give you a good reason to be here, and throw some initiatives, a little bit extra opportunity for a little bit more play next Friday afternoon. We've got a good schedule. We ran 2 weeks ago to get some. I'm a data person, and we ran that. I'm big on projections, giving student an individual opportunity to know, hey, here's where your history says, and here's where you're projected this time. We ran our own little Power Friday, I guess you would say. Each grade level got time to make those projections. It wasn't a Power Friday, but we gave additional time for them to make some plans. We had less Power Fridays in the schedule, and there wasn't one after TVOS had updated those projections. So we ran that 2 weeks ago. We're going to run a similar schedule next Friday. We're able to, with every student testing benchmarks, all 336 are taking benchmarks. Tomorrow we're doing writing. We change our schedule heavily. Miss Cawthorn, I think I saw somewhere back here, I can promise you've been working hard on that. She's a testing coordinator of the building. I've done that job. There's a lot of time. That's a lot of tests. You think we're going to take 5 tests, counting the writing test. That's 336 kids taking 5 of those next week. It gets heavy. It's a lot of scratch papers, a lot of work that needs involved. We're big on trying to do it the same way that we test our end of the year. I'm big on running the same game plan, seeing the same teacher they're going to test with. It just becoming a routine. So the first one's a little bit. First thing, we're going everywhere. Every student found out today where you're supposed to be testing at, things of that nature. So it helps out. Where hopefully it's a smooth run for everybody. And it won't be perfect tomorrow. We know that. It's the first run. But that's where our benchmark side of things are. They're ready to go. We get started tomorrow. Move to stand, Mr. McCall mentioned. We sent 40 students over, and it is eye-opening to those students. We sent 6th graders this year. 6th and 7th were the first time they've ever been, because we usually sent 7 and 8. But this year, our 6 was allowed to go. It's definitely eye-opening to all of our kids. A good opportunity for them to look and sort of, they definitely get put through some rigorous pieces to let them think and look at perspectives that they might not have looked at for themselves. Parents sign up for those. People who let them sign up, they're all asking. It was really good. All 40 went back the second day and wanted to go back the second day, so it was good to see. Sometimes we have some kids that are like, I don't want to go back to that. And then that's straight up, and we understand, and, we'll honor those pieces. But all wanted to go back. Mr. McCall mentioned the canine search. We had one on September 18th. And, for us, big thing in the middle school, and we try to pull a classroom or two just to let kids see that, hey, the goal is not to catch anything here. Our goal is to keep every kid safe. Every now and then there's things that are found that you didn't have a clue that you put in your backpack. A medicine, a thing of that nature, and it's about safety. And there might be some consequences for those actions to just those pieces, but it's really about safety pieces. So we try to talk with kids heavily at the middle school on that side, and we had no incidents located whatsoever. It sometimes gives us a good opportunity, when you have orange juice for breakfast and it sits in the locker for 3 to 4 weeks. The dog will get on it, I can promise you. Okay, it started to. And I'm not kidding. The middle school is. they're, some reason they like to save orange juices. I don't know why, but it lets us catch those before we start smelling them in the hallway. So, but had a good search in that one. No. When I say good, we want safe. And our school was safe is what we found in those cases. I guess sports side of things here in this case, our football has wrapped up. Our boys had a good season. Football wraps up the right there at the 1st of September is where they're actually tonight is the conference championship game. We played it the last 2 years. We came up just a little bit short last Saturday night at Westmoreland, and I mean just a little bit short. We actually had a reverse call. We were down 12-6 in a tight ball game, about 3 minutes left, and had a really good call on the field. It was going to set us up, looked set up real well. Ended up with a movement call, motion call, and then next play was a really nice setup as well, and hit a young man right in the hands, and he had an open field in front of him. But you know what? It didn't work, and those happen. And he, you know what I loved about it? Even though it did, his team still stayed right behind him. Everybody just built together. They played a strong season. And when I say that, they're a very young team. That's another big thing about our team this year. Our middle school's a little younger this year. The 8th grade class is quite small in our building. It's actually less than 90 kids. So kind of helped out with the numbers. We'd be a lot higher if we had that one at our normal sizes here. We've already had through homecoming and all those pieces. We did our pep rally. We did our day where our law enforcement worked with us well. We take our entire middle school down to the football field, do our pep rally down on the football field for homecoming. That worked out really well. It's a good event for our kids, good fun. Got through that one well. Volleyball, we've got a really young volleyball team. They've had an up and down season. They're really close in a lot of games. They're had a big win against Westmoreland last night, a team that they have not beat in a couple this year at all. We played them a couple tournament games. We played them in a game at home. We went to their house last night, and both varsity and JV won last night. Our JV came in second to their JV in a tournament at Macon County 2 weeks ago. So it's kind of, it's been a little up and down, but the girls are really playing well together. We only have 3 8th graders on that team, so it's really young. It's an 18-member team. And I mentioned this a while ago, but our sports there, it's 18 kids. I think we had 45 try out for that team this last year, so we have good interest. It's just, and it's got a good future for it. But that's kind of where we are on those pieces. Ready to go for benchmarks, get going tomorrow, and let's get rolling with it. Good attendance, though. Any questions?
No questions? Thanks, sir.
Yes, sir.
Ms. Pedro?
So for the elementary school, attendance has been great, except for when kids are sick. We have the stomach bug going around. Just because I'm standing out there does not mean I have the stomach bug. If anybody comes down with the stomach bug, you did not get it from me because I do not have the stomach bug. But except for the stomach bug, that's what's really, and it's rough, so I heard. We are off to a good start. We've had recess for 40 minutes a day. We have totally revamped our schedule, but it's going well. I love to see those kids out there playing. It has been hot, it has been rainy, but they love recess. I've actually had kids that have said, "Can we go inside?" We're tired, can we go inside? But it's great to see kids playing. We have gotten our after-school program started, and our Tennessee All-Core Tutoring program is up and running, and it is running so smooth. It's a long day for kids to be at school, 7:45 to 2:45. And then on top of that, additional tutoring that's required by the state. So this year we were able to get it so that we could hit that small group tutoring right after school immediately. And so kiddos get a snack, and then we're into tutoring, and that has been a game changer for the kids. They are fresh, they are ready, and they are excited to come. We did finish our first fall Ames Web Universal Screener, and that is going home. Those reports will go home with the report cards. That way parents are looking for report cards, so they'll see those Ames Web reports. And we will get those out. We just finished fall pictures, seeing those kiddos skip into school every morning in their little curls or their little button-up shirts. It is just the most precious thing. And they had a great picture experience. We are getting ready for parent-teacher conference, and along with parent-teacher conference comes book fair. So we'll have a 12:15 dismissal for that, and we'll be good to go. We do have some events coming up in October. At the elementary level, kids love to dress up. Anytime that we can dress up, we try to dress up. October is National Bullying Prevention Month, and we are going to have on Monday the 6th, we are going to give bullying the boot. You get to dress in your favorite Western wear. Tuesday will be bullying is in the past. You get to dress in your favorite era. So you can dress in 70s, 80s, 90s. Last year we did that. That was the cutest thing because we had kiddos that dressed up as if they were 70 years old, as if they were 80 years old, as if they were 90 years old. So
It's all how you interpret it.
I loved it. That was the cutest things. We had it was just adorable. So we had to bring that back. Wednesday is We Are All Unique. Wear mismatched clothes and socks to show that we are all unique. Thursday is show outstanding character. Dress as your favorite book or movie character that shows outstanding character. And Friday is Team Up Against Bullying. Wear your TCES school colors to show that TCES is one team against bullying. So that's super exciting. And we just finalized today the plans for Fire Prevention Month. So that will be Tuesday, October 7th. And working with the fire department, we are going to have each grade level will come together and they will work with us on fire prevention. So that's
Anyone dress up like you?
I'm not in a book.
I don't know why, but when the vice principals always send me somebody to dress up like me. And I always wanted them to win the award, but, I always thought they should.
No, I'm no fun. I'm
That is not true.
to dress up as.
I don't think it was fun, I think it was mocking.
Well, maybe they'll get me on mismatch day or, I always come in with something crazy or Converse, so we'll see. I do have one every Tuesday. She has dance, and as I'm standing out in the morning, we have the same bun. And so she'll turn around and she'll show me and I'll say, "You have dance tonight." So that's about as close as it gets.
Any questions for Demetrius?
No questions. Yesterday, I had to go have my picture took for the annual, and I got to go to the elementary school for the first time in a while. Okay? I was amazed. I was amazed. What I was really amazed at is you would think Miss Drew is a movie star. Okay? These kids, when they come down the hall, they're already smiling. They're looking for a hug. If they had something they had colored or drawn on their shoulder, and they were all quiet in a line. I'm like, I've never seen that before. But I mean, seriously, they were all, you could see it in their eyes. They were, and I think she's doing an exceptional job there. And I just wanted everybody to know what I had seen.
She does a great job.
I appreciate that more than you know. Those are the things that people don't see.
Yes.
Those are the things that you can't put in a paycheck. And those are the things that I do regardless of who the kids are or where they come
You could see
from.
it. I mean,
And it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Those are the things. That's why I'm here.
yes, it wasn't a show. It wasn't put on show. This was genuine. Every bit of it was.
You know that because the kids were so excited.
That's exactly right.
Thank you, Demetrius. Ms. Zoe?
been great. It's flown by so quickly. It's been going so well. The football team, they had a great win versus Innovation Academy on September 4th. And then we've got a game tomorrow versus Smith County, and that's when TSU is coming. And I think everybody is so excited for that. And then next Friday, we've got homecoming on October 3rd. Our homecoming attendants are Jane McCall, freshman. Sophomore attendant is Aubrey Dansby. Junior attendant is Emma Cook. Senior attendant is Zoe Vaughn. And then the queen is Aaliyah Ring. Me? Next week for homecoming, we've also got Spirit Week coming up, and we've got some really fun dress-up themes. And then we're gonna have a pep rally that Friday at the football field. So it's gonna be a really exciting week. Volleyball is playing tonight against Joe Burns at the high school. FBLA, they went to the University of Tennessee on September 11th for Big Orange Hospitality Day. So we were in Knoxville, and we went and toured Knoxville and went to many places to learn about the major of hospitality. FBLA has finally counted, and they've got 67 members, which is the largest that they've had since I've been in school. And then they're going to help out with the Rotary Club on October 11th with the pancake breakfast, and that's going to be at the high school. And the proceeds are going to be donated to the FBLA and Interact Club. So that's exciting. FFA, Anna Towns went to the Future Farmers Conference, where she learned about production agriculture and met with a lot of other FFA members. And then they attended the district lamb judging on September 4th. Regional landscaping competition is going to come up on October 14th. And then they're starting the PLOW committee, which stands for Passing Literacy Onward, where they're actually going to the elementary school and they're going to be reading to students and helping out with that literacy, which I think is incredible. And then they are preparing for their national convention at the end of October. And that's everything.
Excuse me. Any questions for Miss Zoe?
Congratulations on attendance.
Yes.
Congratulations.
Yeah, I noticed that. You're the senior attendant.
Yes, sir.
Great.
Okay.
Thank you. Okay. Dr. Satterfield.
First of all, I'd like to present Ms. Zoe with a certificate of her training this spring to be a student representative. That we send them to what they call the SCOPE conference every spring, and she completed that training. And I just thought we should recognize her for doing that. It's simple for framing. But upon completion and graduation, we'll have a better award for you when that time comes. You have your agendas and stuff in front of you. We have one employment notification, that is Ms. Jacqueline Doss. She has been hired and has passed all screenings, and she is to begin as a CDC educational assistant at the elementary school beginning on Monday. So we're looking forward to that. For our attendance, as of today, we have 1,357 students. Last year, at the same day, we had 1,376. That's 19 less students than we had at the same time last year. Our elementary school is at 624. We were at 646 last year at this time. That's 22 less students than we had at the same time. Mr. Gully did speak and nailed it, as their enrollment at the middle school is up a little bit. They're going from 338 to 329. That's 9 more students than he had at the same time last year. And Mr. McCall was pretty much on spot with my records, is that they were 401 last year, 395 this year, 6 students. So what we're saying, we're holding pretty steady with student attendance. With academic programming, we were somewhere about 39, 40 days into the school year. You heard our principals talk about getting ready for the 9-week benchmark assessments. They are taking the writing assessment this week, and then they'll do the multiple choice on the computers next week. The senior retake, ACT senior retake is Wednesday, October the 8th. That is free. Let me say that again. That is free to all seniors. Doesn't cost them anything. And I think Ms. Coffin said we had 42 seniors signed up for that. So that's real good participation on that. You heard our principals talk about, and we've got much more to do, but they're beginning the preparations and thinking for our parent-teacher conference, which will be held on Thursday, October the 16th, and that precedes our fall break. A lot of ongoing professional development going on in our school. We've had the LIN network. I know, Ms. Bodie, you know about the Learning Implementation Network. They were doing their learning walks today, and they were visiting first, second, and fourth grade classrooms. We also had TNTP do learning walks with us for 2 days on September the 11th, and they were in most of our ELA classes in grades 3 through 8. So a lot of ongoing good professional development. A couple of highlights, and some of them are in front of you, is the State Board of Education would like to visit our school district. We have a day in the district. We have landed on November the 4th, and they're going to be at Mr. McCall's high school. So they're going to be bringing the state board in, some state dignitaries and stuff in. But as you know, our schools are high performing, and they wanted to see a high performing school and talk to teachers and students and principals. And there'll be more information on that forthcoming as we get closer to that November 4th date. Also that you have, and this is totally coincidental, unbelievable, 2 national education articles came out in the month of September, and I copied those for you. But one of them is Education Week. We've heard of that, and the title of the Education Week is the biggest things people don't know about school choice. And if you go to page 4, it talks about how rural schools, like Travis County Schools, for a long time has utilized the adoption of high quality instructional materials and curriculum. And for us, I'd say that that's made all the difference. And I think Ms. Badru and Ms. Coffin would tell you that. But we've had a high quality curriculum, and we've been utilizing it for a long period of time. And we've tried to really convince teachers to give the curriculum a try, don't modify. And I think and as a result, and this is not what I'm here to talk to you about tonight, but our 3rd grade reading proficiency this year was 57.8%. It's in the top 20% of schools in Tennessee. And that is because that we've had a high quality curriculum and we've utilized it well for a great period of time. The second article is the PI Network. Ms. Bo, you know what the PI Network stands for?
I do.
What is that acronym for?
Oh, you want to know what it stands for? That's with the P, but it's.
Policy?
In layman's terms, it is a group of leaders who care about literacy from all over the nation that came together. And I was super privileged to be invited to go and talk to them before they came and then get to walk classrooms. And it was a very
They
proud
came
moment.
this spring to the elementary school, 50 educators from
Yes.
the PI Network from across America.
Mhm.
And this was a little write-up from that, but the title from that is From Rural Tennessee to New York City, What 2 Very Different Communities Taught Advocates About Literacy Instruction. And it just talks about the things that we've been doing for a period of years, and they highlight that, and I thought that was great. So you don't get that every day, you know, that the State Board of Education wants to come see what you're doing, and you get 2 national articles in the same month.
Can I
So
share a highlight from that day? Okay, so, I wore my suit the day before, went to Nashville, went to a fancy little place, we had our little tablecloths, talking to them, sharing data, and, you never know what you're gonna say. You never know what kids are gonna do when you go into elementary schools. I know what we were gonna say, when we went to our elementary school. So go into a 4th grade classroom, and they talked to kids and teachers, and you know, they got the real deal. Sometimes people stand in the back, but they talk. And so one guy said, what are you guys doing? And a kid explained it. Another kid explained it, the same exact thing. Another kid explained it, the same exact thing. And so he said, is this hard or easy? Oh, it's hard. It's hard. And he says, well, what does your teacher do if it's hard? Well, they make us do it. I was like, yeah. It was good.
Well, one of the things in the, what Tennessee and New York have is they expose, and one of the things they talk about is they believe that all kids can learn at high levels and that all children deserve an opportunity with grade level assignments and grade level curriculum. And that has not always been the case everywhere. You know, so we pick and choose, these students can and these students can't, and the ones that we label that can't, they get less of the high quality education. And I think that's one of the things that they highlight in that article. But we can put that on the website for people that would like to see it as well. But I just think it was just great to highlight our schools with 2 national articles all coincidentally in the same month. Some important dates to remember. You've heard our principals talk about that next week is our benchmarks. October the 8th is our ACT retake. Our report cards will soon be out on October the 14th, and that precedes our parent-teacher conference on Thursday, October the 16th. And that parent-teacher, we will let school out that day, a Power Friday. Students are released at 12:15. 12:15. And parent-teacher conference goes from 1 to 8:30, and then that kicks off fall break. Fall break is October 17th through the 24th, and then we also will start planning soon for the October 31st Professional Development Day. And just remind everybody, Mr. McCall, you've done such a great job. He got the football game moved to Thursday night. So what we worry about is we have a Thursday night football game, and then we got Friday have school, and our attendance wanes a little bit. So he worked with the officials and stuff and got that changed, and so we're able to have the football game on Thursday night. Preceding that day, we're off for.
Figured it so he could go trick or treat. He did say it's 31st, like.
Yes, yes. Our project.
Trick or treat.
You gotta dress it like her.
It wouldn't take much, the hair's already about the same color.
It'll have more than that.
Shave the beard, leave the mustache.
There you go.
Just in conclusion,
Some dapper Dan back there.
our project updates is our middle school chiller. We ordered it as soon as we could. We got it on order, and the estimated delivery time is mid-January for the chiller. We also have a bid opening for the installation of the chiller, and that is at 2:00 tomorrow. The athletic complex, if you drive by, the brick and stone work is nearing completion. I think we're just a few days away from that. The steps, and we talked about that, the steps on the east and west side have been completed, and they look great. They've got a 7-inch rise and a 16-foot tread. I mean, a 16-inch tread, 16-inch tread, and they look great. The windows and door frames are being installed. They're aluminum, and they look great. And I think, weather permitting, they can get all the frames in by the end of next week. They just got a few to go. A lot of work going on inside the building that you don't see, but they're doing all the electrical conduit work and the HVAC duct work. That's being installed as we speak. They are going to start working on the parking lot, and they've gone out there and pegged where the islands will be and the light poles, but they want to work on the parking lot, clean that up and get that going, and try to get some paving done before it gets too cold. So that's one of the things that they're working on. The roof, I keep getting them running around on the roof. Every time I talk to you, 2 more weeks. Talk to them today. Clint, we'll get it done in 2 weeks. So we're just waiting for that roof to get on. The monthly maintenance report is in front of you, and y'all got that. And if there's any questions about that, I'll try to answer that. But Tim Tim Wilson prepares that for you, and hopefully that'll answer it. Mr. Kerr, that's all I have. Unless y'all have any questions?
Let me ask a question. I probably should have asked it when Landon was up here. But how did the chiller, the temporary chiller, I mean, was we doing great throughout the school? I mean,
We have really had a great year.
Okay.
The room areas that we've had issues with forever, two of those, we know are in the dead end line, part of it over in that sixth grade. You know, it's a two pipes, it's a single pipe system, it's a loop system. There's, your furthest rooms away are room 1 and room 2 over on that far end, and those have always been a little warmer themselves as well. They're doing fine. Mr. Belcher's actually here, he's in room 1, and that room is just fine as well. Maybe a little too cool sometimes if you want it to be. And then the rooms we've had trouble with on that hallway, which are closest to the chiller, weird as it can be, are absolutely perfect. So building has been great. The whatever the size of this chiller is itself, other than a few times we've had issues with it going off, it gets warm quick. If it's off on 2 hours, we're at 80 degrees quick. And when you put 300 plus kids in there, and they start asking, hey, what's up?
heat or something?
It's heating up. It's
But
great.
that's good. That's good. So at least we know we made the right decision. So
And we know that the new one that we ordered,
is the size of the one we were.
I think it's a little bigger.
Okay.
Isn't that right, Dr. Satterfield?
Excuse me?
The chiller that we actually bought, the tonnage of it a little bigger than the rental one?
Yeah, I think
That's what I thought.
the rental was a 150 and we bought a 160.
That's what I thought, yeah.
Okay.
Because Train didn't have a
Right.
150.
Right. So,
That's great.
Yep, sounds good. Do you have something else? Okay.
I think it's up for soon when that time is at for the contract for it to go back. So it's kind of an interesting time piece. We don't want to open windows, so we all try to fix this thing. Glad it's going to happen to that point.
Should make it fall, fall break though, should.
That's what we're hoping, right? We hope that weather after fall break will do some praying. It's not a.
Next week it's looking like it's going down.
Y'all help me pray for that then.
Did anybody have any questions for Clint? Questions? Okay. All right. We have no old business, so we'll move right on into new business. By state law, when a school board is selecting a new director of schools, it has to be item number 1 on the agenda. And I would like to first say about this item that we were very fortunate to have 4 extremely competent and well-prepared candidates that interviewed for our position. I think we had, was it 12 or 13?
14.
14, total of 14 applications for it, which we narrowed to 4. And they all, the 4 that we interviewed did a tremendous job. And as we did last Monday, we went around and we ranked our top 2 candidates. And during that time, we talked about pluses and all of that kind of stuff. And so we had one of our candidates was actually in the top 2 of all 5 of us. And but they all did a great job. The fortunate thing, we can't go wrong with any of them.
Exactly right.
But at this time, I would like to make a motion to hire the one that was actually in the top 2 of all of us, and that's Mr. Ben Johnson. I'm through, I need a second.
Second.
All right, I have a motion and a second on the floor. Discussion? No discussion? Okay. All in favor, please say aye. Aye. Any opposed, please say no.
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 Okay. That motion fails by lack of a majority.
The yeas were who?
Mr. Woodard and I.
Gotcha.
Do I have another motion?
No, but I would like to say something. I agree with you, Mr. Curl, 100%. We've had some great, interviews. We've had some great people apply, right? And I'll be honest with you, you've already made a motion, but either one tonight, when I laid my head down tonight, no matter what the vote was, I could be happy with either one.
I agree.
I have spoke to many people in the county, many teachers, many principals, and every one of them tell me the exact same thing. And that is, they might be pulling for one, but they honestly feel no matter what the decision is, it is the best for our county. They've all told me that they've all gave me their opinion, and they've all said, no matter what it is, we're gonna be great. You know what I'm saying? So, and that's hard to find nowadays in this world. You know what I'm saying? I mean, people that agree to disagree, you know? And, so nobody is, there's been a lot on each side, and I support them all. And the biggest thing we don't need to do is be Cracker Barrel and change our sign and lose everybody. You know what I'm saying? We gotta keep Uncle Herschel here, okay? So, I'm just being honest with you. I don't, but at this time, I'd like to make a motion for Jennifer Cothran to be superintendent,
Okay, directors.
director of schools, whatever.
I'll second that motion.
So now I have a motion on the floor that we hire Jennifer Cothran as the next director of schools. And I have a second by Ms. Bodie. Any discussion? We're not in a talking mood tonight, are we?
I'm
We've
sick of
talked
talking to
for a
y'all.
month.
I'm sick of
Yeah,
talking to
we
y'all.
have gone around and around for a month.
We had more meetings than I ever thought.
I can say that I would like to thank everybody who's reached out to me with their suggestion, advice, and prayers. I know a lot of people have prayed for all of us. Jennifer was one of the first people who I originally asked if she would be interested in applying for the job. She spent a lot of years in our district. She's dedicated, capable, and after countless hours of praying, I feel that she is our best choice for this job.
Second thing I'd like to say is I wish we had a room like this every night through every meeting that we've
Would be
had.
nice.
You know, everybody would understand a lot more. But it's nice to see everybody here tonight, and I wish everybody would show up at our meetings. So.
Or online. I imagine we have a pretty good online audience, I would think. I actually had, a lot of times I don't get reached out to, but I actually had a lot of people sending emails, no text. I guess they didn't realize. I
You didn't
don't
turn your phone
I
off.
know, but they know that evidently. But in person and stuff, I actually had.
It's been very nice. It has, I mean, and it has been, just like Rachel said, you know, it's a blessing that our constituents feel that they can call and tell us and talk to us and this and that. And everybody can agree to disagree, and everybody can go on with life, and nobody's gonna, and I really appreciate it. I really, really do. And that's part of being in a small town, you know? You wouldn't get that if you were in Nashville, you know?
You ain't gonna find me in Nashville.
So,
Vanderbilt, maybe. All right. We have a motion and a second on the floor. Any other discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, please say aye. Any opposed, please say no. No.
no.
The ayes, not ayes, but the yeses pass 3-2. Ms. Cothran, you are our new director of schools. Congratulations. on. Wrong page. We are now up to election. Every September, by state law, we elect our school board officers for the next school year. So our first election is election for school board chairman.
I'll make a motion for Mr. Cook.
Second.
We're gonna find one who's gonna second that.
I guess y'all missed that part the other night where I said, if anybody else wants to do this.
Who made the motion? Atwood?
Yep.
And the lady in the blue coat, well, Kerr says blue coat, I say it's black.
It's cold.
Is that blue?
No, it's black.
I got one right.
He's Zoe, he's colorblind. That's the joke. She was like, what's going on?
He's actually wearing a white shirt, he thinks, but it's blue. Okay.
Linda told me it was blue.
Oh, did you?
All right, I have, I'll kill him. I have a motion on the floor and a second for Johnny Kerr to be elected chairman of the board again. Any discussion, please? All in favor, please say aye. Aye. Any opposed, please say no. All right. Next is our vice chairman. Do I have any motions for vice chair?
I'll
Who's
make a motion for Ms. Petty to be vice chair.
Yeah, I
I'll second
second
that
that.
motion.
No, I got that one.
You got the motion?
No, I got second.
Who?
Mr. Atwood made the motion, and I seconded it for, you're it right now, aren't you?
Yeah.
For Rachel to continue as vice chairman.
Okay.
Any discussion? All in, I thought you were gonna say something.
No.
Okay. All in favor, please say aye. Aye. Any opposed, please say no. Does pass unanimously. Next is school board pro tem, which would chair the meeting in the event either Rachel or I were able to attend the meeting that we had.
I'll make a motion for Ms. Bodie.
Lord, if y'all ever vote for me, I swear kids.
Mr. Atwood made a motion for Ms.
I just
Bodie
couldn't get it all
to be
figured out
school
tonight.
board pro tem. Mr. Woodard seconded it. Any discussion? All in favor, please say aye. Aye. Any opposed, please say no. And we are supposed to, I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
okay, I just want you to skip one. You're
I'm
going
going
to
back.
see, okay.
So next is at the upcoming school board convention, I always say convention, I guess that's what it is. There will be a representative assembly, and our district is allowed 2 members on that assembly. And there's only 3 of us going, the 3 guys are the only ones going. So maybe we should elect the ladies then.
Exactly. Exactly. I agree with y'all.
I can't do it.
But,
Five guys.
Five guys. I'm just too short.
hey, we go get them. I love 5 guys burgers.
I thought it was 3 guys.
Whatever.
As if they're short staffed.
So do I have any volunteers? I'll serve as one. Does anybody else want to volunteer to be a representative assembly person?
I'll go with you.
So, all in favor, please say aye. Mr. Atwood and I. Okay, got it?
Yes, sir.
And then, as I texted y'all this afternoon, I had a conversation with Dr. Satterfield. And since we knew that we were going to select a new director of schools, we need to begin the negotiation process for a contract. And I would think, since Jennifer is our new director-elect, I don't know how you say that, but
Basically.
her onboarding date of October 6th, which was our timeline, should not be a problem if her current supervisor doesn't hold her for 30 days.
I don't think that.
Okay, I didn't think that'd be a problem. So my point is, we cannot pay Jennifer her new salary until we have a contract.
Right.
And so Dr. Satterfield suggested, and I never had thought about it, but I agree that the executive committee, we make executive decisions. If y'all would appoint Dr. Satterfield and I to negotiate with Ms. Cothran on the new contract, I, of course, will keep y'all fully informed of what's going on and stuff. I'll even bring my phone so I can text you and get current.
It might not be on, but.
No, I'll turn it on this time. And,
You've been doing
So-
a great job
so
of texting us out. So.
We had discussed some changes that we were making.
we have.
Are we waiting?
You emailed it
Oh,
to us,
okay,
like,
yeah.
right? No,
I
I mean, it was just
emailed
like
you a
right when
copy
we
of
got-
that.
Okay.
Now, I told some of the others, the changes that I made, Clint sent me a
Word doc.
Word document of his current contract. And from the notes that I took the night that we all discussed the new contract, I hope I got what the intention was on all of the items. I actually put the items in my email that I made an attachment and sent that to everybody. And the items that were pretty significantly changed, I listed those, but you should still have your copy of Dr. Satterfield's contract. So lay that out, lay out what I sent you, and I very well could have something wrong. Please look at it, read it, and if I've got anything wrong there, let me know so that I can change it. And then Dr. Satterfield and I can make an appointment with Jennifer and begin this process.
Right, and what we would hope to do is to bring that contract before the board on the 16th of October, our next meeting, and then you would have a work session also to look at it and to hash it out. So the idea is for the executive committee to work with Director-elect Cothran and to come up with a contract and then present that to the board at the work session for edits and hopefully for approval in the
And
October.
since her onboarding date would be the 6th, a pay period wouldn't have happened, so that's not gonna affect her pay or anything, would it, as we,
That's up to y'all.
Okay.
And that's up to.
well, that's not my
AGS.
intention
Right.
to do that.
Can I step in just a minute? Sure. Ms. Cochran, do you mind standing up or coming up here since now that's gonna be your
Get
podium from
comfortable
now
with
on?
that.
Oh, okay.
I'm sorry.
I mean, we're sitting here talking about stuff that you need to be involved in. Dr. Satterfield's already said that your on-board date of October the 6th would be no problem. My problem with all of that is we're already paying Ms. Cochran.
Will. But I wanna make sure she gets
Can
her
we
email.
change the onboarding date to Dr. Satterfield's last day? You would still accept the salary that you're being paid at this time and sign your contract on basically January the 1st.
I do not have a problem with that.
You sure?
I'm good.
You might wanna think about that.
I've thought about it. We're.
I don't know, I'd give up 2 months of pay for that. There's me, 3 months of pay.
Well, I'm still gonna be doing a whole lot of my job.
Oh, I know that.
There's a lot going on, but I
Nobody-
have
yeah.
thought about it and, that is fine. We're good.
Okay.
And that will give our attorneys,
Yeah, they would have to have time, once we have made an agreement between the board and Jennifer, then we would have to send it to, Deborah to put it all in the right legal terms, and because my notes aren't in legal
but that
terms.
gives us 3 months. You know what I'm saying?
If she's willing to sacrifice 3 months of pay, who might argue? I wouldn't if I was her.
So are we gonna change the end contract date? Cause we have 2 years.
No, the
and
end,
No, the
the
end would
end
stay
is gonna be
the
the
same.
same.
The end would stay
The
the same.
start. So instead of 2-year, 8 months, it'd be 2-year, 5 months.
When you get a chance to look at what I sent you, Deanna, since we had no way of, we had to have a onboarding date. And in the itinerary that we all agreed on, it was October the 6th. But we knew that someone that we might hire, we expected them to give proper notice to their former employer. And that could be 2 weeks' notice, but in the state of Tennessee, if they work for another school system, that school system can hold them for 30 days by state law. So there was no way to have an exact time for that.
Yes, we called it was a tentative.
Right,
Right, exactly.
right. So I just wanted to explain that, so bring that back to everybody's attention.
But basically, now that you've hired somebody and she's saying that date's affirmative, I mean, we're looking at,
It doesn't affect the end date.
no, just a start date.
Yeah.
As long, yes, sir.
Oh, I was gonna go back.
The only thing that I would recommend to the board is that the director's contract has to be voted on and approved by the Board of Education.
Yes.
And our last December meeting is December 18th.
We would have to do it before.
Have it ready for
Right.
the 18th. Yes.
Exactly.
Okay.
But that will give our attorney time to look at it. Hopefully, Ms. Cothran's attorney time to look at it and work out any kinks that are in between there.
Sure. Yeah, I mean, you should definitely have your attorney. I mean,
She don't know any.
If you have trouble finding,
If I have trouble finding one, I'll reach out. I'm good.
You won't cross the yours.
but, okay, so my question to the board is are we approving Dr. Satterfield and I to enter into this process? And then come back with something, I mean, now we've got a lot of time.
Right.
But still, if we do it in a board meeting, then that's a special call board meeting and everything, if you're all gonna do it. I'm trying to save us, Jennifer saved us a ton already, but
But y'all wouldn't be making executive decisions for the contract. That would still come back to us.
exactly.
Okay.
That's why I told you that I would let you know, I have more time now to let you know and stuff,
Okay.
because I was on the assumption that the timeline was gonna be October 6th. And, you know, now
I'm
that,
having a moment. I'm shocked that we're doing that, and we've not talked about it,
doing what?
changing our onboarding date to January 1st.
We didn't.
She did.
I'm okay with that. I've thought about it and.
But
it
that
gives
wasn't
more
a
time.
suggestion, we made that suggestion.
We asked, yes.
And I'm okay with that. I mean, that gives time to get everything in place, and if it gets in place in November, then, you know, that's fine. But I want it to be right, so I don't wanna rush this.
I'm like, my advice to her was not to.
That's what he said. He said, don't do it.
But, you know,
Okay, so we're basically saying she's gonna start her training for director of schools
I
October
would think
6th, but
tomorrow.
I would think she'd do it tomorrow to start
ASAP.
training.
but we're not gonna pay her until January
Right,
1.
that's my issue.
Is
Exactly.
No one can take over as director of schools until January 1st. Dr. Satterfield's contract runs through December 31st, I guess it is. And so he is director of schools until that date, regardless of anything that happens.
And honestly, I wouldn't have expected my pay to start until January 1st anyway. I mean, honestly, I did not. I thought I'd take over January 1st, that's when, so I wasn't even anticipating anything before then, so that's why I'm okay with that.
You good with it? I'm good with it. Well, I'm not, but I'll go with it. Okay. Thank you, ma'am. Oh, do you have any questions for us?
Not right now, but I'm sure I will.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, guys. Guess that's the only other thing I have is contract. Well, we didn't really decide. It is, I kind of get the feeling y'all don't want to do it that way, that I don't know how do you want to negotiate the contract?
I don't think I understood it
I
at
didn't
first,
either.
and now that I've seen, I think though, like, now that we've seen it in writing, what we talked about.
Yeah, what you sent out, we need to look at.
I agree, I told y'all
We
that.
can do that.
Yeah,
We
You
can
need
do
to
that.
you need to lay his contract down and mine down, because I could have messed some of my notes up or
Right.
something. I think, like the nepotism thing, I just copied and pasted from what
Yeah.
that lady sent us, and I could have missed something. So check it, let me know, and so that we can make sure that it's right.
And so if we see something that wasn't our intention,
Exactly.
how do you want us to let you know? We wait until October or whatever?
Feel free to text me anytime.
He'll see it on Friday.
Okay, not this Friday. So,
Oh, I'm gonna take you something important on Friday. I expect a response.
I had a much more important date this week.
What your little leprechauns fry.
They could. We've been fried before this.
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
Okay,
I'm okay with that.
all right. Do we need to make that into a motion or something?
We
or-
can, or we can make it understood, just as, what I wrote down is that I'm gonna start working with
Oh, I know that. I'm talking about with the negotiation.
tomorrow
process.
morning. You
She
know,
needs to take
Tonight,
vacation
she's
day.
calling
yeah,
you tonight. You
I'm
know.
gonna let her enjoy this evening. But we'll start working, we'll start the transitioning as early as in the morning. And I understand that what you're calling an onboarding date will be like January 1 for her. Right?
Right.
And Mr. Kerr, if it's all right, if it pleases the board, then you and I will work in executive committee with Ms. Cawthorn to come up with a contract to present to the board at the next meeting. And you may want to be sharing that
Oh, I will.
conversation with the board as we go through that process.
And of course, at the next meeting, but we still got a couple of months after that, anything that we don't like, you know, we don't have to agree to it. She doesn't have to agree to, you know,
Right.
or, you know, it is possible, it has happened, that boards of education have not been able to come to an agreement with their first candidate. And when that happens and the board's not willing to, change, then you go on to your second candidate. That's the process. Okay. But you say we don't need a motion for that.
I don't think
I
so.
think there's an understanding, am I correct?
Yes.
I think we're in consensus.
No matter what, it has to come before the board for a vote.
Exactly.
And I'm good with it.
Yeah.
Me too.
Okay. Ms. Bodie?
I make a motion that we adjourn.
Thank
I'm just saying, everybody has a role.
I second it.
y'all for coming. Thank y'all. Like Mr. Adams, it'd be great to see y'all.
Exactly.
What you got?